Don't know what to prepare during the festive holidays? Need to make or bake something in order to impress your friends and loved ones? Well, do I have a solution for you? Try making batik cake, a simple dessert to satisfy any Malaysian sweet tooth. The bitterness from dark chocolate, combining with the sweet and richness from the condensed milk, with the soft cookies as its main base, creates a harmony that will take anyone to a delightful wonderland. Hi, I am Nurhadiamti Saiman. Before we start, allow me to share a little history behind this dessert. The batik cake we know today was not originally from Malaysia, but was first introduced by the Germans during the 1920s, and was popularly known as Kaltenhand, or hedgehog size. The recipe made its way to Malaysia during the Britain's colonial era and was then adapted with Malaysian ingredients. With that being said, there are many versions of batik cake that we can learn from. However, for today's video, I am going to make the Malaysian version of batik cake. There are 3 parts to this dessert. First, the batik cake. Second, the chocolate ganache topping. And third, the combining of the first 2 parts. For the batik cake, we will need 10 utensils and 8 ingredients. For the chocolate ganache topping, we will need 4 utensils and 4 ingredients. Overall, there will be 23 steps to follow in order to make this batik cake. Although the steps might be a lot, do not fret, for the end result will be worth your time, effort, and money. Without wasting any more time, let's start making the batik cake Malaysian way. First, let us prepare the utensils needed to make our batik cake. For this part, we need a big bowl to put our cookies, a deep pan or pot enough to make our chocolate sauce and batik cake, 3 medium-sized bowls, a kitchen scale, a cup, a spatula, a whisker, a spoon, and a measuring spoon, and a 9x9 baking tray. If you do not have one at home, please do not hassle yourself to buy a new one. Just take whatever appropriate deep tray you have, as it is important to make the cake mold. As for me, I will be using this baking tray. Last but not least, parchment paper. If you do not have one, you can also use plastic wrapper. Next, the ingredients needed to make the batik cake are 2 packets or 540 grams of Marie biscuits, 200 grams of salted butter, 150 grams of condensed milk, 50 grams of cocoa powder, 120 grams of Milo powder, 1½ cup of hot water, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, and an egg. To make the batik cake, we must first break the Marie biscuits into smaller pieces. To make it easier for you, you can break them into 4 small parts, like this. After we are done breaking the biscuits, we can now start making our chocolate sauce. First, place your pot over your stove and turn the fire to medium heat. Next, put 200 grams of butter inside the pot and stir until the butter melts. After the butter completely melts, you can now add 153 grams of condensed milk. Then you can add the cocoa powder and Milo powder into the mixture. Stir until all the ingredients are mixed together. To avoid clumpy batter, make sure to stir the mixture quickly. Next, add 1½ cup of hot water into the pot and stir until you get a thick consistency. You should get a thick consistency like so. After that, add 1 egg into the mixture and mix it well. Then add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is important to bring out a fragrant smell. You can now close the fire once you get the right consistency. Now you may add the Marie biscuits into the pot. Make sure to put it a little at a time and stir until all of the cookies are covered with the chocolate syrup. The cookie should look something like this, covered with the chocolate syrup. After that, you can leave the cookie and let them cool off. This step also allows the cookie to absorb the chocolate syrup into its base. While leaving the cookie, prepare your baking tray by placing a parchment paper inside it. You may use butter to let the parchment paper stick to the sides of the tray. By doing this step, it avoids the batik cake from sticking to the sides, as well as allowing us to remove the batik cake easily. Then, transfer your batik cake into the tray and press them down gently until the top is smooth and even. The end result should be something like this. After that, place your tray filled with batik cake inside your fridge and let them cool. While waiting, you can now prepare your chocolate ganache topping. In Malaysia, it is more common to have chocolate ganache as the batik cake's topping, but in Brunei, however, their toppings are green in color, like this one. For the second part, which is the chocolate ganache topping, the utensils needed are a small pot, a medium-sized bowl, 2 small-sized bowls, and a spatula. The ingredients that we need to make the chocolate ganache toppings are 200 milliliters of whipping cream, 200 grams of dark chocolate, 1 tablespoon of butter, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. To make the chocolate ganache topping, you must first place your small pot over your stove and turn the fire into medium heat. Put the 200 milliliters of whipping cream into the pot and stir until it becomes warm. After the whipping cream has reached hot temperature, you may now close the fire and put the whipping cream into a bowl filled with 200 grams of chocolate. After that, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence and 1 tablespoon of butter and mix all the ingredients until it is mixed together. Once you get a rich dark color like this, then you know it's ready. After you have finished making the chocolate ganache topping, you can bring out the batik cake from the fridge and pour the chocolate ganache slowly on the batik cake. Make sure to spread the chocolate evenly on the batik cake. In order to get a smooth surface, pop out any small bubbles that may appear on the topping. Then, place your batik cake inside your fridge and let them cool overnight. After you have successfully let them cool, you can bring out the batik cake from the tray. Get your knife and cut them into smaller pieces. Pro tip: if you want a clean cut, dip your knife into hot water, wipe them off, and then cut the batik cake. Now you can finally serve it to your loved ones and eat. Is it good? Yeah. Now you know how to make batik cake the Malaysian way. Batik cake is truly an amazing dessert to try out. It is easy as it is a no-bake dessert. I hope through my video, my audiences are able to learn how to make batik cake at home by following the 23 steps I have demonstrated in this video. Joe Brand once said, "Anything is good if it is made out of chocolate." I listened to his advice and made batik cake. Now it's your turn to try out and make one at home. Good luck!